Yes. Today we will start the topic analog system and digital system. We will start it from here. As we have done in the previous lecture, analog signals are those signals which are continuous in nature, and digital systems are those which are discrete in nature. Then come to the point, what is the analog system? As you can see in the diagram, and you can see in the diagram this the input, if your input signal and output signal is of your analog type and the processing is done by the analog processing is done by analog method, then that type of system is known as your analog systems. And the examples for that is filter circuits, amplifier circuits. These all are under the category of your analog systems. So you can see analog systems are actually the physical quantities or signals which may vary continuously over a specified range. That type of system is known as your analog system. Now come to the next is your digital system. Okay, digital system actually that is discrete in nature because it has the discrete values, and another we can say that if your input and output signal both are in the digital form and also the processing is done by the digital method, then that type of system is known as digital system. And the example for the digital systems are like digital TV, digital cameras. These all are the examples of your digital systems. So we can also say that the physical quantities or signals can assume only discrete values in the case of digital system. And actually the digital systems are more accurate than your analog system. Next is your, as you can see in the diagram, this is the analog, means continuous in nature. At every moment of time, we have some value, and there are infinite values for infinite time. So, and the xt shows the magnitude. Here, in the case of digital signal, you can see that this is discrete in nature because between two consecutive intervals, there is no value. And xt again represents the magnitude and t represents the time. So this will be the discrete in nature. Next is, what are the various drawbacks of analog systems? Means why we use, and this also tells us about that why we need actually the digital system, because it overcomes the disadvantages of or the drawbacks of the analog systems. First drawbacks of analog systems is this is less accurate. Accuracy of the analog system depends upon the components, and the components are affected by the aging effect also and the temperature variations. That's why these systems are less accurate. Next is analysis is difficult. Means we can't analyze the analog systems properly. So it is very difficult task to analyze the analog systems. Next, the noise effect is more in the case of your analog systems. Then component aging and temperature variations affect are more on the analog systems. Then they are less reliable, less versatile, means less flexible, and they have the small accuracy. And the storage of information, actually we can't store the analog system. So storage of information is not possible in the case of your analog systems. And these type of systems also cannot controlled by the computer. So that's why they are cannot control computerized. These were the some of the drawbacks of your analog systems. Next, we came to the next is your advantages. Then advantages of digital system over analog system. First advantage is that naturally accuracy is high. That's why we are using the digital system. Accuracy and precision are greater in the case of digital system over the analog system. Next point is that digital systems are easier to design. Means they are easy to design because there are only two levels, 0 and 1 in the case of digital systems. But in the case of analog system, we have the infinite magnitude. That's why they are not easy to design. Next is information storage is easy. We can store our digital data in the easy way That's why we use the digital system over the analog system. Next point is digital circuits are less affected by noise. Means noise effect is very much less on the digital system. That's why we are using the digital systems over the analog systems. Next is your less highly reliable and cost efficient. Means they are these type of systems are more reliable and the cost as compared to analog are less. Then this is also less affected by aging and the temperature variations effect. Then more digital circuit can be implemented on a single IC chip. IC stands for integrated chip. Integrated chips. Then next is easier to communicate. We can communicate in the easy way. Next is your faster response. Means they are fast as compared to their analog systems. Next is digital systems are more versatile. Means these systems are actually more flexible as compared to your analog systems. Next, now you can see this is the limitations of digital techniques. इसमें क्या है कि what is in this topic? Actually, we know that our real world is dealing with the analog in nature. What I am speaking, you are speaking. These all are under the category of your analog signals. As you know, our world is analog, but in the analog system, you can see the diagram from 0 volt to 0.8 volt. We are designated this is in the binary as a 0 level. As you know, there are two levels in the digital system, 0 and 1, and the voltage level for that from 0 volt to 0.8 volt. Means if you have 0.5, then it is also designated as low. If you have the value 0.7, then it is also designated as low. If you have the value 0.8, then it is designated as 0. And in the case of 1, high, when it will be high, if our voltage level is in between the 2 volt to 5 volt, means our voltage is in the 2 volt to 5 volt, means it can be 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.9, whatever in this range. Then it will be designated as voltage, designated as in the binary as 1, means high voltage level. Next is you can see this is in the analog system. You can see here this is drawn. You can see 0 volt is designated as binary 0 and 5 volt is designated as binary 1. So means 5 volt is designated as binary 1 and 0 volt is designated as binary 0 in case of digital system. What about this range 0.8 volt to 2 volt? This range is not used. Means you can see that in the digital means there is the actually less जो है आपका that is some ranges are given and some of the ranges are not used in the case of your digital. 0.8 volt to 2 volt we are not using. Just 0 volt. If we have the 0 volt, then it will be designated as your binary 0. And if it has a plus 5 volt, then it will be designated as binary 1. So these are the limitations because our real world is basically analog in nature. And in the diagram we have shown the voltage assignments of digital system also and the analog systems also. So in the case of digital techniques means if we are using the analog. If we are using the analog, then we have to, if we want to process the analog signals by digitally, we have to use the A to D converters and D to A converters. So these are some of the limitations of your digital using the digital techniques. Okay, next topic is our binary logic and logic levels. Okay, logic levels, binary logic and logic levels. Actually, you can see a lamp can be naturally a lamp can be in the off condition and in the on condition. then logic levels which will be applied to that in binary will be off, will be as considered as low, means logic 0, and two possible outcomes in case of lamp on and off, and the logic levels we can correspondingly designated as off will be treated as low, and on will be treated as your high. High means logic 1. Next case is, another example is, let us suppose we have a gate. A gate may be closed or open. If it is closed, then it will be designated as low, and it will be if it is open, it will be designated as high, and the logic 0 is corresponding to low, and logic 1 is corresponding to high. Means binary logic is assigned and logic levels are assigned. In case of binary, matlab two, only two outcomes will be there, and the logic levels that will be assigned logic 0 and logic 1. Next is, third example is your examination result. Actually, third example is your examination result. It can be fail or pass. Obviously, it can be fail or pass. If it is will be low, if it is fail, then it will be designated as low. And if you are pass, you pass your examination, then it will be designated as high, and in the logic level it will be designated as logic 1. Next is your logic level. There are two types of logic levels are there. One is your positive logic level, and second is your negative logic. You can see in the diagram, if we have a data circuit and we are giving the input, then it will give us two outputs. One is high level output, second is your low level output. High level output can be designated as logic state 1 or 0, and represents the other logic state as 0 or 1. Means if we are designated high in case of where is 1, then low level output will be automatically 0. But if in the high level output I will be designated high level output as 0, then low level output will be automatically will be as 1. So this is the actually, if we are designated 1 for high and 0 for low, then that type of logic is known as your positive logic. But in case of negative, we will inverse of that. We will use inverse or reverse of that. Reverse of that means for high value, we will use the 0, and for low level output, we will use the logic 1. Means you are inverting the logic state. Okay. Next, in case of negative logic, you can see in this diagram, in the case of positive, you can see 0 volt is represented as logic 0, and the plus 5 volt means higher voltage, means plus 5 is much more than 0 volt. Plus 5 volt is designated as logic 1 in case of positive logic. In case of negative logic, you can see 0 volt is designated as logic 1, means low voltage is designated as logic 1, whereas more voltage plus 5 voltage is designated as logic 0. So this is in the case of here. This is the example for the positive logic, and this is the example for the negative logic. So you can clear cut see the difference between that. Next, in the table you can see group A. Next in the table you can see group A. Next you can see this is the table. You can see this table. This will clear you positive logic and negative logic. Okay. In the case of group A, if you have plus 5, in the case of positive logic, more voltage level will be designated as 1 in the positive logic, and 0 volt will be 0. But in case of negative, obviously it will be reverse of that 0 1. Plus 5, more voltage will be designated as 0, and less voltage will be designated as 1. In the group B, plus 10 plus 5. Naturally, plus 10 is more than plus 5. Then in the positive logic, it will be designated as 1, and it will be designated as 0. But in case of negative logic, it will be reversed. In the group C, if both values are negative, minus 10 volt, minus 5 volt, which is more? Minus 5 volt is more than minus 10. In the negative, -5 is more than -10. So it will be designated as 1 and it will be designated as 0. And negative is inverse of that, reverse of that, obvious. Next is group D. If I have one value as -5 and second is +5, then in the case of in the case of positive logic, naturally +5 is more than -5, then this will be designated as 1 in case of positive logic and -5 in case of your negative logic. But in case of positive logic, -5 in case of your positive logic, 0 as a positive logic. But in case of negative, it will be reversed. Now next you can see this is the table. Means towards the left it will be more negative, as you know, and towards the right it will be more positive, as the mathematics rules you know already. Okay, so this was the concept of your positive logic and negative logic. Okay, next we will do number system. We will start basic concept. We have completed all the basic concepts we have completed. Now I will start the number system. This is very, very, very important. So now your important topics have been started now. Okay, so first is your number system. There are 4 types of number system. In daily use, we are using decimal. In daily use, we are using the decimal number system. So there are 4 number systems are there: decimal system, binary system, octal system, hexadecimal system. And what is number system actually? A number system actually defines a set of values. Actually defines a set of values which is used to represent a quantity, that is known as your number system. A set of rules and symbols are used to represent that numbers actually. And the number systems can be further classified into 2 types. One is weighted or positional number system, or you can say another is your non-weighted or non-positional number system. Means which have no positional weight. And if some number systems have positional weight, that type of number systems are known as weighted number systems. Next is your different number systems are decimal number system, binary number system, octa number system, hexadecimal number system. In the case of binary, base or radix will be 2. And in case of octal, base or radix will be 8. In octal means octet. Octet matlab 8. In decimal, base or radix will be 10. There are 10 numbers. In duodecimal, there are 12. Actually, in syllabus, we have 4 number system: decimal, binary, octal, hexa. But there is another number system, that is duodecimal, and the base for that is 12. Next is hexadecimal. Hexadecimal number system has the radix as 16. So we have actually 5 types of number systems, but we will cover 4 number systems in our syllabus. Next is few common aspects, means some common definitions or some common terms related to all the numbering system. First is base. Actually, base of different numbers. This shows the symbol. The number system is known as your base or radix. Actually, if we are, let us suppose we are using the decimal number system in our daily use. You know that base for that is 10, because we have 0 to 9 numbers for the decimal, and the largest value is given by the radix R or base. Base is designated as B, or you can say base is also known as radix, and this is in the radix it is designated by a small r. And the largest number in that number system will be, particular number system will be R minus 1 or B minus 1. Next is here, you can see this is the radix R, means base R, and characters means how many symbols you can represent in that, and highest number will be given as R minus 1. Okay. In binary, in case of binary, if we have, it is the radix as 2, means there will be only 2 numbers, 2 symbols or 2 numbers, 2 digits can be represented. So 0 and 1. And the highest number means last count is your 1, or you can say r minus 1. R, how much r is in the case of binary? That is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. If your radix is 3, then the symbol you can represent as 0, 1, 2. And the maximum highest number will be 3 minus 1 is 2. Or you can say that the last number will be designated as your highest number. If your radix is 4, then it will be 4 symbols will be represented by this. And the starting always will be from 0. Counting always will be start from 0. Then 0, 1, 2, 3. And the highest number is 3. So highest number will be 3, or you can also calculate by this formula r minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3, and so on. In case of now come on to the octal. 8 means octal. So 0 to 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And highest number is 7. In case of decimal, 10. 0 to 9, and the highest number is 9. In case of hexadecimal, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep in mind that after 9, there will be 10 will be designated as capital A. 11 will be designated in case of hexa will be as capital B. Then 10, 11, 12 will be as C. 13 will be as D. 14 will be as E, and 15 will be as F. So maximum number will be, highest number will be in decimal will be 15, but in case of hexa it will be written as always capital F. So this was the introduction about the various number system. Okay, so this was the various number systems introduction. Next, each digit position. Actually, each digit position represents a different multiple of base. Acha, you can see in this, if you have a number 349.25, actually it will be written like that. 10 raised to the base for that is here. Or you can say positional weight is as means place position. For that is your 10 raised to power 0. For position for this digit is 10 raised to power 1. And position for this is your 10 raised to power 2. And the weight is for this is 9. And for weight for this position is 4. And weight for this position is 3. And the weight for that is 2 into 10 raised to power minus 1. 2 by 10. And 5 into 10 raised to power minus 2 means 5 by 100. If I will calculate this, then it will become 0.25. It will become 0.25. Next is here, this can be seen. If your number is in the base 7, then the positional weight will be for before the decimal point. That will be for this number. It will be 7 raised to power 0. This will be 7 raised to power 1. This will be 7 raised to power 2. And for this will be 7 raised to power minus 1. And the weight will for this is 6 into 7 raised to power minus 1. Then here 6 into 7 raised to power 0. For this 2 into 7 raised to power 1. And for this 4 into 7 raised to power 2. Means a positional weight will be always be the radix position. Next, column numbers means positional weight of a number will be designated as power of your base or radix. So before this is the radix point. Before means on the left side b raised to power 0, b raised to for this digit. This will be b raised to power 0. For this b raised to power 1. For b raised to power 2, b raised to power 3, b raised to power 4. And after the radix point means decimal point, it will be b raised to power minus 1. B can be 2, b can be 3, base can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. Then it will be b raised for this digit, it will be b raised to power minus 2. For this b raised to power minus 3. And for this b raised to power minus 4. So in this case, positional weights can be attached. So for different number system, positional weights will be different.